Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored this week by Creative Corner. Here are your hosts, David and Norm.
Thanks, Dan, and welcome, Norm.
Good to be here, always.
It's a hot one out there, huh?
Oh, murder.
Yeah, so I think we're like smack dab in the middle of a heat wave. We got a bunch of 90-day temperatures coming up.
Yes, not only us, it's all of America and most of Europe. It's incredible.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm more concerned about my backyard, and you know that's a problem too.
Yeah, my sprinkler just went on the fritz, so I'm worried about that. I'm hand watering everything now. And by the way, we have watering rules, don't we?
Yeah, you know what? There are watering rules in Nassau County. They happen to be pretty straightforward. Those water rules are on westhempsteadecho.com. So let me just take a quick look over at the site, and I'll just go through them real quickly. No watering between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Even house numbers, water on even dates. Odd house numbers, water on odd dates. If no house number, water on an even date. And watering is not permitted on the 31st of any month.
How did they figure that out?
I have no idea. And, you know, is there someone driving around July 31st checking out to seeing who's watering and you know, arresting them? I mean,
they just don't want to pump water on the 30th. They take the day off, I guess.
Yeah, I guess it's a day. Yeah, who knows?
My problem is I've actually got, I've got the timer set up for the sprinklers. We're in odd house numbers, so I don't know. It's going to go on the 31st. I'm not going to get up at 3 in the morning and turn it off. So,
speaking of timers, with their new schedules out as well, right?
Yeah,
the Long Island Railroad.
Yeah, there is a Long Island Railroad schedule. So let's go take a look at what's going on with the Long Island Railroad on our site. There's some new construction that's going on over the weekend. So. Right now, there's a special track work that's taking place the weekend of July 23rd and 24th, and also on August 13th and 14th. The actual full details of the schedule are on the MTA site, but the good news is you can go to our site and just click to it, and you can find out all the adjusted timetables.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the site now, including the interview we just did with Andrew Brome, who's the fire commissioner of West Hempstead. That was a great interview.
Yeah, you know what? That was a really interesting interview, and I learned a lot about the West Hempstead Fire Department. And as it turned out, literally the next day, the fire department were called to one of my neighbor's house for something that turned out to be a false alarm. But, it was in the middle of the night. All of a sudden, my windows, were kind of glowing red. Went outside to see what was going on. And lo and behold, there's Andrew with, the big chief, jacket, and he's going right in there. He truly is a hometown hero. He and all of the volunteer fire department, you never know what they're going to be having to deal with at any given moment.
And most of the time it is false alarms. They're dragged out in the middle of the night, on weekends, holidays, terrible weather, and they're there for the call, and they never know what they're going to find. But it's good to know that they're there, and we thank them.
Yeah, and you know what? If you want to view the interview with Andrew, you could also go to our Facebook site, and you can get the full interview in there as well.
Yeah, we have a lot of events on the calendar that are taking place in libraries around town. On the events calendar on West Hempstead Echo, there are library events in Malvern, West Hempstead, Franklin Square, a lot of them for kids. Take advantage of them. They're open to the public. A lot of other events coming up on the beaches. I attended the Billy Joel tribute concert. Fantastic. That was last week. This week on the 20th is Harper's Ferry Irish American Folk Band. That's at New York Avenue Beach. And then on the 27th is Zach and Freed Zach Brown Tribute Band. That's also on New York Avenue Beach. It's Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. A lot of fun. Bring a sandwich, bring a friend. Enjoy the evening.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, Hempstead and Nassau County, they're really pulling out all the stops this summer. And there's so much stuff to do at night. It's truly amazing.
Yeah, I will tell you, though, you're getting older when the tribute bands are for bands that are like well out of your wheelhouse. So I think of the Zac Brown band as being, that's what the kids listen to. So
sadly, I'm not even sure who the Zac Brown
I have
band
no clue.
is. So
I drew my line at Billy Joel.
All right,
but I got to tell you, there were
listen.
thousands of people at the Billy Joel concert. So
Go listen to the Zac Brown tribute band and see if it's something you like. You never know.
Yeah, and actually, Billy Joel himself is playing in Madison Square Garden tomorrow, July 20th. So
that's number what?
You know what? He's had this.
He owns the place.
He owns Madison Square Garden, and I think he's the longest resident singer at the Garden.
I don't know why they don't name it after him. It really is an incredible.
You know what? I've seen him at the Garden, and it's truly a remarkable show.
A great entertainer.
So bringing it back a little bit more local. This morning, I went to pick up some dry cleaning, as I usually do on Hempstead Avenue, and there was a big sign of business closing in front of the Tops Cleaners. I was kind of sad to see this. I've been using them for almost 20 years.
It's always a struggle. A lot of retail have trouble on West Hempstead, and Hempstead Avenue in particular doesn't have much day traffic. So, and there is competition among dry cleaners, so I guess it's a struggle.
Dry cleaners have got to take a massive hit during COVID. I mean, just think how many people, would go to work and put on their suits and drop off your cleaners, in shirts religiously, and now they're doing Zoom in their pajamas at home. So, that had to have been really tough on the dry cleaning industry.
I'm sure it's affecting them, and so the message is try and help out with local retail.
Yeah, local businesses in West Hempstead, they're really having a struggle. I mean, we do have the established businesses, and they're doing really well. But even think about it, right next to Tops, they have that barn,
dairy
barn. I mean, that thing has been in a dilapidated state for the last 10 years?
At least.
And then there's the bank, which used to be a Chase Bank, and who knows what before that. That's been empty. I mean, what's going on
I think
there?
somebody bought it. It looks like
really?
It looks like their car's in the parking lot, and it seems to be well cared for. So I'm assuming they're doing some business in there.
Oh, that would be great. I'm not even aware that
looks like
Chase, it. Wow, that's
a great building. It's a great big property right on the corner.
Yeah, with a nice drive-in teller if when you needed it.
And a vault to keep your spare change.
But if you do have stuff at Tops, you may want to go pick anything up before they finally close out. But it's definitely sad to see empty businesses along Hempstead Avenue, and it does raise concerns about the business climate around here.
Yeah, it's really tough. I mean, you have the Amazon retail struggle. You have businesses that have still been impacted by COVID. And let's be honest, West Hempstead Main Street hasn't been doing that well for all these years for a variety of reasons, and it just doesn't seem to be any bright light along the way.
Yeah, I thought when liquidators went out, maybe it would drive some of the business more local, but I'm not sure that that's happened.
It seems like from a residential perspective, things are picking up, and there's a lot of opportunities for building and multifamily units, and wherever there's a square patch of land, like right off exit 17, right on the border of Malvern and West Hempstead, they had a bunch of row houses that they just built, and now I see that they're building another set of row houses behind those row houses. So it's incredible. It's just a lot of building going on.
Yeah, well, and multi-housing coming up at the old Western Beef site and the National Liquidator site. There's going to be over 400 apartments. So those are big improvements in terms of people who may be able to shop on Hempstead Avenue, and that might support some retail establishments.
Do we have any idea when groundbreaking might happen with the National Liquidators space?
No, both of those are in front of zoning. They're both looking for some, extra buildable square feet, some side yard setback exemptions and things of that sort. So I imagine it'll be another year or so before they get their approvals, and then both of them seem to be ready to go.
Great. I mean, just having some affordable housing in the neighborhood, I think is going to be a very welcome situation, although I'm not even sure how affordable it's going to be.
Nothing's affordable anymore.
No.
Well, the bubbles do burst, hopefully not for my property values, but anything's possible.
It's who knows in West Hempstead. We're in the age of the rising home values, which seem to be going up as quick as the price of gasoline.
So, Norm, we got any stories we're working on for the near future?
Yeah, we have a couple that we're working on. One is the New York Equestrian center, which has incredible programs for kids to teach them how to ride. For adults who want to go out on the trail, there's some new trails coming up in the Hempstead State Park. And then we're working on the Grossman Farm. There's a volunteer program to get kids to plant. And
Oh, that's so cool.
Really cool.
I drove by the Grossman Farm, and it was packed last week. I don't know. I guess I assume that they're selling, fresh farm food.
They do sell fresh farm, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it's mainly end of the week kind of thing. But the programs that go on throughout the week. So you should really touch base with them and find out what's available, because I think the kids would really get a kick out of getting their hands in the dirt there.
Yeah, there just aren't that many working farms in Nassau County, so
probably none.
There's a few,
Yeah,
but
maybe
really
one or two,
far in
one or
between.
two.
Yeah, it's I'm not sure.
It's part of a trust, the Nassau County Land Trust, and they've set aside land in certain places to make sure that these kinds of things are available, and that's a great program.
It really is. Well, I think that's going to do it for us for this week, and thank you for joining us, and come back and visit us next week.
Enjoy the beach.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, to sponsor this and our other programs, reach out to us at sales@westhempsteadecho.com.